itchy. I was waiting for that to go. Move my other mouse. I don't need both meese up here. Alright, how is it going, everyone? Happy Friday. Just stop in during the afternoon a little bit, had a little time, and you know me, I'd like to just chat whenever I have the time to do so. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the Austin Metcalf, Karmelo Anthony thing. The father was removed from a press conference. So I've seen people discuss both ways. Maybe he shouldn't even have been there. I get it. But, you know, I don't know, to have him removed and start claiming racism. The guy has been, boy, I don't know. If this was to do with my son and who was no longer with me, I would probably not be as magnanimous or calm, or I don't know if I could be Austin Metcalf's dad on this. The man was calling for cool minds. He was not attacking the family right off. He was really trying to be kind of a cool guy about it. I know that sounds like a bad way to say it, but you get the idea. So now, sorry, I do have to have these on because my father is possibly needing my help today. So yeah, and I don't know why they're doing that to me. I'm going to put it on a little more quiet, but I need them on. So sorry about my notifications. I don't know if I could be as magnanimous so far as Metcalf's dad has been. Him showing up there, I don't know, maybe the shock is worn off. The magnanimous, nice, hey, let's all just try to have cool minds. Let's not cause arguments over this. Let's not have anything violent. I don't know if maybe that's wearing off and he's starting to wake up to what has happened. I don't know. Like I said, maybe he shouldn't have been there. I get it. Some people are saying that. Others, on the other hand, are of the mind that how dare you remove the man as magnanimous as he has been, and I kind of edge that way. He wasn't causing any hullabaloo. He wasn't causing problems, starting issues, saying bad things about the Anthony family. The man was just sitting there. And I think from my mind, since it seemed to be an open conference, it didn't seem like it was some private property thing. I think he had every right to be there, and he might have just been there to hear what the family has to say about this. Maybe he still was trying to reach out. I just have a problem with them removing him because what they did afterwards was real crappy. Let me see here. Let's flip over here before I pull myself down a tinier. Go look at some of this and we'll chit-chat and let's see. All right. Yeah, it got bad, as you can see, as I scan down. But Austin Metcalf's father gets escorted out of his son's Ender's press conference. Yeah, gotta be watching it all on YouTube. The speaker then proceeds to blast him as being inappropriate and disrespectful. It's like, really? The guy has been... I'm going to say something and feel free to come at me. I understand what I'm about to say. If this is the roles are reversed, I got a feeling the Anthony family wouldn't have been acting the way Metcalf's dad has. I got a feeling we'd hear a lot more about the racisms and the white's privilege and all this other crap would be popping up like crazy. I got a feeling his dad wouldn't have been on camera, really calm those first times and, hey, this is a tragedy. Let's not make things worse, all this stuff. I don't know this family, but just so far by their actions, I don't see that they would have acted as well. We would have, besides right now, let's talk about the rest of the country. We'd be having riots. Half that city be being burned or marched, or we'd have screams of racism everywhere. It's nuts. Let alone the fact that I'm betting if it'd been the other way around and Austin had done the pokey, I'm going to bet Austin wouldn't be sitting on $500,000 war chest for, whatever he wants. So, yeah, I'm not going to jump on the Anthony family about the house they rented. I get it. Tell you what, if I lived in a neighborhood around my neighbors and this thing had happened, I probably would want to get out of the neighborhood also, probably. Just saying. But there's too much this family is pulling that makes me think, you know what? They're kind of dicks. I hate to do a snap judgment. I know a lot of big streamers will be like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. Oh, whatever. They just have done things that make me seem that they would not be treating this as well as Metcalf's family is. Metcalf's family has not, I've not heard one every bit of bad wording about race from Metcalf's family. I haven't heard that from anybody I know that is on the side of the Metcalf. Yes, a lot of people pick sides for right or wrong. I have yet to hear people scream racism until these people started it. I mean, sure, there were people saying well, boy, if this had been reversed because of facts. Once again, we can look at math and facts and everything else that's happened in the past and see how it would be treated. We can look at Daniel Penny. We can look at whatever you want out there. Things are treated unequally. One side is allowed to, well, pretty much riot, burn, and destroy. The other side, God forbid you do anything. So, not that one side really wants to is another issue. But yeah, I didn't hear a crap about racism. I still don't hear people saying racist comments or saying, yes, this stabbing is 100% due to racism. I do not hear that, except from their side. They're talking about racism. They're now trying to edge in that the poor child that is not with us anymore was maybe a racist motivated issue. Boy, they're just feeling very brave about attacking this kid that their kid ended. I do not care for that. All right, but let's check a couple of these here. Let me get my headphones on if they're going to connect. But yeah. The father of the ending victim, Austin Metcalf, was extorted out of Karmelo Anthony's press conference by police. I have a problem with the police unless that was a private piece of private property and the dad was not explicitly allowed to be there. I'm going to say something and I don't give a fuck. I do not want to hear, well, following orders. Any police officer that escorted him out of there if that was not private property. I can't seem to find if that was a private property. Everything I find seems to say that was an open public press conference. Maybe because he didn't have a press pass. I get it. So I am saying that I may be wrong here. But if it was not a private property thing, it was an open press conference, and anybody could be there. The fact that any police officer that escorted his father out of there, fuck you. And I love cops. I have blue flag stickers on my cars. I've grew up around police officers. But I'm not going to kowtow when police do things wrong, unconstitutional or just wrong, and use, well, I'm following orders. Then don't be a cop. You took an oath to the Constitution. Your oath is not to a mayor, governor, or whatever else. It is the Constitution of the United States and our laws and the people. It's serve and protect the people, not governor, in my case, Governor Pritzker, or my mayor. That's not what you're doing. I'm not very happy with the police doing that if there was no private property issue there. All right, but moving on. I mean, all right, I'm trying to get my headphones to connect and they're being turds. What they're not doing, but they're... Good grief. Sorry. I don't see why this had to be. I don't know. I could be, like I said, I'm prepared to be wrong, but having him leave.
All I'm going to say, so it don't be asked later, is that was disrespectful and just shows you all the character who is not in.
The character? The character? The character? So what, Bugs Bunny, you like character? Character. Jeez Louise. Sorry, there's not all. I have some very bad pig English. Being an auto shop guy, trust me, you get some really bad English. But there are some things just, I don't know what to use the phrase, the kind of ghettoization of our language. And it's not just Browns people. Anybody who ghettoizes our speech just drives me nuts. All right. But this guy here, he's shitting on Metcalf's dad. He did nothing. Austin's dad did jack. Nobody's even saying he did a damn thing. He was just there, just sitting there. Did nothing. But this asshole started talking about his character. Your son is the one who ended his. Anybody that's ever had concealed carry classes automatically knows there is a level of defense you are allowed to use. Deadly force is not allowed until really deep situations where you are sure you are about to get deadly forced. You don't get to say somebody push you, shove you, move you out of a tent and go, thoop, that's it. That is not how it works. So, but for them to shit on his character right away, just sitting there. Maybe he was going to reach out again, which he's done. Multiple times, Austin's dad has reached out, tried to keep things peaceful and, hey, let's not jump or to conclusions, or hey, let's see how this goes. Or he even said he was praying. I believe he said he was praying for the family of Anthony at one time. I mean, what in the shit? So character guy here. Talking about how bad a person he is. Ugh. No.
Who is not invited, he knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family. But he did it. And so I say to people, actions speak louder than words. Okay? What he has failed into is the political operatives that want to make this thing a political thing of hate, yet bigotry, and yet racism.
Fuck you. Nobody has mentioned bigotry and racism but you. Like I said, the only time I've heard anybody else mention race is because they go, hey, boy, if these roles had been reversed, we'd be seeing burnings, riots, attacks. The lamestream media be talking about, is this racial bias in this killing? They would instantly be going off on this. I've heard zero from the Metcalf family say that. I've heard zero people. Sorry, Windows is throwing up warnings for some reason, which don't know why. I've heard zero people who even think Metcalf was right screaming about race. The only time they bring it up is, hey, boy, if this is reversed. And that's a valid argument considering what we've seen for years. So for this asshole to sit there, leading into politics of it. The guy lost his kid. Fuck you. Saying, oh, he's going into politics and racisms. I'm sorry, but everything this family is doing, and to Karmelo Anthony's family, I really hope this is not where you're trying to go with this. I think too many people in this country are friggin' tired of this crap. We are tired of it. Anytime somebody says to you, you know what it's like to live black in America. Fuck you. You have no clue what it's like living white in America. White people are told from the day they're born, they're just automatically racist. That we owe apologies for something that none of us ever did. That even back then when it was going on in this country, a tiny percentage of the population did. We never discussed the history of the Browns people who still have slavery in a lot of countries around the world. Somehow it's blamed on the youngest country in the world almost. You know what was going on for thousands and thousands of years before this country existed, but somehow we got to be the boogeyman on this crap. We didn't go over there and just think up, hey, look, slaves in Africa. The slave trade in Africa was going on long before America ever existed. So I am tired of this. Living white in America is not some yippee-doo like Browns people try to tell you it is. We are blamed for everything. That is it. Something bad. And we're not allowed to riot. Nobody goes, well, since the Browns guy killed his kid, Yeah, we're going to have $2 billion worth of riots. Imagine if a white guy was high on drugs, doing a speedball, doing crap, got offed by a brown cop. Would white people been rioting and burning up shit? No. They'd have been gone, well, shit, dumbass on drugs. Maybe the cop did wrong, but wow. But living white in America is not some rosy sunshine. Especially if you look at crime stats. Yeah. I'm sorry, but it's a bullshit phrase. And this guy here, what a dick.
We have conservative operatives that have been posting nonstop about this case. And all
yeah, okay. Conservative outlets posting nonstop, and leftist ones aren't.
Operatives that have been posting nonstop about this case.
Yeah, and so is everybody on the left. Everybody on the left is doing the same thing. Everybody on the left. So what? This guy's standing over there off to the side. Let him there. Do your press conference. If he caused a problem, you ask him to leave. Ask him to leave if he caused a problem. He did not. Then right afterwards, sitting on the offense in the Anthony Metcalf thing, I still kind of am, until I saw the press conference discussing his play and use of the race card. This guy actually says in there that, well, it was raining, so he didn't have much choice. I mean, there's jokes. We can all say jokes about, the Browns people and swimming and stuff like that. Whatever, they're out there. There's a lot of people about jokes about white people we don't like, whatever. We used to be able to laugh at each other and just walk off, patting each other in the back, going, good one. This jackass actually said, well, it was raining, so the pokey kind of, you got to watch it being around my people in the rain because we might get pokey. That's a little fucking weird. So if it's raining, I should be looking at my more melanated friends a little differently. I should be going, dude, yeah, you're not going to get pokey, right? It's not raining hard enough? That's just dumb. Hey, Chihuahua. I'll back up here. We'll unmute this.
These are the type of lies. She's getting millions of views on this.
Yeah? You don't think lefties are?
Sarah. She's even came after me. She's even said all of those things.
Yeah?
And now
there's asshole people.
Knows exactly what is going on. I asked, because these racist bigots try to prevent us from standing up for our baby, our boy, he should be afforded the same rights that Kyle Rittenhouse had?
Oh, Kyle Rittenhouse. Okay. If you want to give Karmelo Anthony the same rights, Rittenhouse had, your terms are acceptable. Then his bail, Anthony's bail, shouldn't have been lowered from $1 million. Should have been raised to $2 million like Rittenhouse. There should be hit piece after hit piece in the news lying about Karmelo Anthony right now. The news lied about Rittenhouse like crazy. He had no right to have the firearm. He had no right being where he was. They actually said he was out killing Browns people, which never happened. They lied about the people who attacked him. They lied about the other guy having a firearm. They lied about him. They said he ran from the cops when he ran to the police. Yeah, fine. Let's treat them the same. More than half the country had already convicted Rittenhouse because of the lies in the media. You want it to be treated the same, fine. But right away, your client should have a $2 million bail, not be lowered to $500,000. That was shit. So yes, let's treat them the same. How dare you say that? No, he's pulling the fucking race card is what he's doing. He's talking about, oh my God, everybody's racist against us. But then he turns around and pulls the race card.
Daniel Penna and all of the people who have claimed whatever their defense was.
Not claimed, proven in court.
He should be afforded the same right.
Proven in court, dickhead. Once again, you're making another mistake. He's throwing white people here. Race. That's what he's doing. Let's go. Let's compare it equally. Same bail, everything. Go, come on. And by the way, these people you're talking about were proven innocent in court. The people in Daniel Penny's train said he was a hero. They were multiracial. Said he was a hero. Yeah. They still tried to get him for first-degree murder. Rittenhouse was purely innocent. They even tried to fake evidence against him. Why? Because they're afraid of people like this man who, let's just say, here's the scary thing. If Karmelo Anthony is found guilty, what happens? What happens? We all know what's going to happen. If Karmelo Anthony is found guilty of anything to do with this, there's going to be some type of riot somewhere. There's not going to be some peaceful march. There's going to be something going on that is bad. And there's going to be screeching, screamings of racism. So this is going to affect this trial. Juries are going to be scared of this because they've seen what's happened in the past. But nobody's afraid to convict the white guy. So living white in America is a little different to my Browns friends. Juries are scared to convict brown people if they did it even. Even if a white guy did it, they're not afraid to convict him. There's a reason. And considering they are 12% of the population or so, that's crazy. Sooner or later, I saw a video. Feel free to go look his channel up, Heavy Duty Country. He was talking about how the less melanated folks in America are getting tired of this shit. When you have, and it's not even 12% committing the most of the crimes and the violent attacks and stuff. It is around 6 or 7% of our population. Compared to, we are 62%. That is insane. Sooner or later, you gotta stop it. Stop it. We do not need this to get worse. This could really, man, the fit could hit the shan here. Stop it, because you are pushing racism. Sooner or later, it's happening more and more. I run into a lot more white people like me who are just like, dude, I'm tired of this shit. Stop with the racism. Stop saying we're racist. Stop saying, oh, you always like to black in America. You need to stop this shit. And they're pushing violence on white people, and it's getting worse. A lot of attacks. And it's getting stupid out there. You do not want this. We do not need this. We don't want this to turn into something it really could. And I just, woof. Once again, to lefties, this shit you're pushing, this violence, is not going to work out the way you want it to. You are pushing for something that you will not win. And I'm saying the same thing with the race cards. Stop pushing this shit. Because the facts and statistics show, once again, you're wrong. You are way wrong. I mean, we're going to state some facts here, so sorry. Me, as a white guy walking through town, is much more likely to be ended by a brown person than I am to end a brown person. That's just facts. Go look the math up. The attacks on white people who are only 12% of the population, if you include the women, it's crazy high compared to the other way around. And we're 60%. You do not want to go down this road. And I am saying this to really tell you to back it down. Back down the attacks on Tesla. Back down the attacks on MAGA people. You got to stop this stuff. You are pushing for violence that will not work out for you. This perpetual playing the rebellion and the victim. You aren't Luke Skywalker. You aren't Nada. If you know who Nada is from what sci-fi movie. John Nada. You don't want to do this. Okay. Now, I saw, let me see if I had it here. Oh, I bookmarked it, didn't I? The mom, where's the mom? Hang on here, guys. Let's see. The mom did a press conference. Let's see. Oh, yeah. This is the other thing I was going to mention. Austin Metcalf's dad, his father, targeted by a swatting call. Police responded to a gunshot call at the address. Comes after the father was removed from a press conference hosted by the parents of the teen who stabbed Austin Metcalf. All right. Lefties, once again, stop this shit. This guy did nothing violent. He lost a kid and he's been much more composed. And this is where I give a lot of religious people a little bit of credit. A lot of religious people can definitely use their religion to keep them a little more composed. Their belief in God and faith that things are happening for a reason, or that they will see that lost loved one again. I can give you that. I am not atheist, but I'm kind of agnostic. I just don't know how much I believe, but this is crap. Do not be swatting him. The guy did nothing wrong, and now the left is starting to do this crap. I don't understand. I'm trying to find. I think I bookmarked it. Hang on here. Let me go to okay, that's where I was at on that. So let's go here. Let's go back here. Sorry, I'll give you some hold music. Oh my gosh. What was that? There it is. All right. Karmelo Anthony's mother breaks down in tears as she unleashes on critics. And as a mother, hey, I understand, dude. Your kid is involved in something horrific. I get it. I don't like the painting her family as the victims here. Imagine if God, you gotta have to use it because this has happened to us so much. If this was reversed, and the white mother was saying that they are the victims, even though their son is the one that offed a brown child, holy shit, would the media be exploding with it? They would be using it as proof of their racism and be screeching and screaming at that white mother who'd said that. So, wow. Okay. Let's take a listen to her here.
In wake of this tragic incident, our family has been under attack. Whatever you think what happened between Karmelo and the Metcalf boys, my 3 younger children, my husband, and I didn't do anything to deserve to be threatened, harassed, and lied about.
I don't know. The threats have seemed to be going both ways. And sure ain't from the Metcalf family. The Metcalf family's been extremely demure about this. There's always some assholes out there, but we can't keep escalating this.
The lies and false accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification put my family in danger, as well as everyone in our community, everyone involved in the investigation, from the police, the attorneys, and the court staff.
My problem is, okay, how do you feel about people reading statements? One, I think it takes away some type of authenticity where you may believe that person, you may feel for that person more, but as soon as they're reading a statement that maybe was written for them, well, probably was, I don't like that. I don't like people in Congress just reading off cards. I don't like a president reading off just a teleprompter only. I want people to be able to talk and know who they are. I don't like this statement shit. I think that, let's hear you talk, ma'am. I'm not crapping on it. I'm just saying, what is with our statements?
Our address and my husband's previous employer's address has been put on all social media platforms.
As have Metcalf family, their address, his job. It's not being unequal here. I mean, come on, he's been swatted. Has your family? No.
My husband had to take a leave of absence because he's afraid what may happen to our family.
So his employer sucks? You're in a gated community now. You got a gated community with security, so he can't go to work?
His mental health is deteriorating day by day. We have endured death threats.
Wait, okay. This one, that's where she lost me. I was with her until she fucking said that. My husband's mental health has been deteriorating. Bitch! Sorry, I don't want to call her that, but Jesus. Your son, whether we find out that he was in the right or not, your son ended another child's life. And that man that was standing in there did nothing, and you still had him removed. He's been swatted. You guys have attacked him, saying he's racist and just doing this for political shit. But you want to talk, I don't give a rat's ass about your husband's mental state when you're treating that father like absolute shit. You, the way you are talking right now, you would not be as magnanimous. And that's that. That's where she lost
My 13-year-old daughter is afraid to sleep in her own bedroom because she's fearful of what may happen to her.
Of what? I have still not seen pitchfork and torch people gathering around your house. All this shit that they say, I don't see it happening, but somehow it's happening to Metcalf's family. So, you know what? I understand you can be afraid, but stop acting like this is happening. She's putting this thing in your head that this is happening to them.
And let me be clear, the claims that were used about the public donation to buy a home or anything else are completely false.
A lot of that is false.
We have not
100%.
received a single dime from the Give, Send, Go fundraiser. And the co-founder has stated that clearly.
Yes. And this family is not poor. They already were pretty well off. So I'll give it that. 100%.
In the reality, we were just notified yesterday that we could begin to withdraw funds.
But and honestly, they knew that was coming. So let's not act like, well, we haven't had the money. You knew. Everybody knows how much that Give, Send, Go fund is. It's over $500,000. You knew that. So let's not play games here. I will give you, you didn't go buying a house. You didn't go buying an Escalade. You didn't go doing this and that. But you knew that money was coming. So come on. Everybody knew that money was coming anytime.
And it still takes several days to receive those funds once a request is made. I don't know why we are being targeted.
Because you are not acting. Your son ended another child. And you people have acted worse in public than the father and the family of the child who was ended. That is why people are not liking you as much. You come off as unlikable. That is why. You are not coming off near as magnanimous. You know what? When Metcalf's dad has made comments, even talk about praying for your family, none of that. You guys just have not matched that level of magnanimousness at all. And your son is alive. His is not. That is why. You do not come off well. You are not carrying yourself well. You are you are fueling the fire. If anybody who says, boy, if these roles were reversed, shit would be different. Because we look at how you're acting in this situation and go, oof.
And discriminated against before a fair trial. Our son deserves the same rights under the law that everyone
100%.
is afforded to.
Yep.
He's
Nobody
been
said he
raised in
hasn't.
a two-parent home.
Yeah.
With structure,
Yeah.
stability, love,
Stability?
and we put God first in everything that we do.
Really? I didn't hear you coming out saying the same things to Metcalf's family back. I'm just saying. You guys have come off very badly comparative. But I am not totally crapping this woman. It's got to be a horrible situation. Unfortunately, I'm going to give you my opinion. I think Anthony was looking for, possibly, from what I'm hearing, a fight. And there's supposedly, let's do the rabbit here, supposedly, there's a video out there that hasn't been released yet that shows Anthony walking around multiple tents. So if he just wanted to get in out of the rain, he could have ducked in under multiples. He went up and down and around multiples, peeked into their tent one time, then went around and threw himself down in the chair in this tent. He could have gone into any other of us because of the rain. It almost, from what they're saying, people who saw this video are saying it looks like he was looking for trouble. So I don't know. I'm hoping, here's what I hope. I hope it comes out that this was just an overreaction in between these kids. Not that he was looking for trouble. My God, that would be horrid. I hope it's something this kid made a big mistake. It's horrid, but I would hope that over he was looking for trouble, because I don't want to think our kids are like that. Any of them.
We believe in the Constitution. We believe in the laws of this state, but those laws must apply to all of us.
Nobody said they haven't. Who said they haven't?
Clear.
See, this is the problem. I can't just let her play because this family has done this. Nobody. I have heard nobody say that the laws shouldn't apply. Nobody said, oh, but you don't deserve a trial. No. In fact, there's other people out there that are saying, hey, why don't we release all the video evidence right now? If it proves this kid innocent, then we don't even have to have the trial. We've all seen situations like that where, oh, hey, here's the video evidence. They play it on the news and look, no trial. Because, yep, just shows what happened. If there is evidence proving Anthony is innocent, play it. Save us the trial. Save both families all this bullshit. Save the state money. Save the police money and time. Save this family and Metcalf's family the bullshit. Show the video evidence and get it out there, and hey, there you go, innocent. But it worries me that they aren't calling for the release of this. We've all seen families in the past, hey, release the footage, release the footage. The fact this family isn't out there going, hey, release the footage, proving our son is innocent. It's a worrisome thing. It is. But yeah, I'm not sure how much we're going to play of this.
Publicly about specific details of what happened under the tent on that rainy and awful day. There's an active investigation that everyone involved wants to be full and fair. We believe in legal process.
Everybody's doing the legal process.
To the family who experienced the loss,
oh, here, finally.
our heart truly goes out to you.
After your lawyer called him a racist and said he was doing things for political moves and stuff. You can't have it both ways. I have yet to hear Metcalf's family come out and say anything backwards about this family. So, I'm glad she said it, but wow. Honestly, I would have come in with that right away. Even just to make yourself look a little more human on this. But yeah, so there's a lot going to go on with this. We're going to move on. I got plenty to look at here. This is a little on the FSU shooter. There's a lot of info out there. I'm not going to dig too deep because we're still learning things, but there are a few things. Bear Armstead. There are only two outcomes after they announce who the FSU shooter is. If they're a minority or LGBTQ, it will be the gun's fault. If it's a straight white dude, it'll be the MAGA's fault and the gun and still the guns, but you know, or the firearms laws. How's that? Because we need more. Because bad guys and crazy people will start obeying the next law. Just giving a heads up before the media starts gaslighting. Yeah, more than likely. Or they're automatically going to say it's a MAGA person. Well, he's a registered Republican. He's a MAGA. Which is funny because every time they're a registered Democrat, they don't want to talk about that. They go, well, just because they're a registered Democrat, that's no big deal. But if he's registered Trump, booga booga. So that's a big problem I have with it. I'm sorry, here, I'm just looking around. Okay. Oh, stupid peoples are just, this stuff is going stupid. Well, the FSU shooter was obviously a MAGA Trumper, misogynist, racist. Yep, here's his photo. Uh-oh. And from what I can find and seen, that is him. If I'm wrong, feel free to let me know in the comments. But what I found, this is him. That does not look like the Trump agenda there, folks. I mean, unless he was trolling or something, but they don't let you march in the front like that if you're not part of the group. So, I don't know. Oh, the cop, man. See, my problem is I was looking at this. Is that the same dude? They say it is. I don't know. I looked around a couple places. One news agency says, yeah, that is him. But then I'm looking at this and I'm unsure. I am severely unsure. I'm looking at his nose and stuff. It does resemble, but we'll see. Over the next few days. Now, here's the problem. Here's why everybody uses if roles were reversed. Contradictory narrative simultaneously. That the FSU shooter is emblematic of whites and MAGA and their problematic culture. That Karmelo Anthony is an anomaly of a beautiful culture. That's the problem. A Browns person does something violent. They go, well, you can't say that. You can't say that's the whole community. Problem is, a white person or a Trump supporter doesn't. They go, well, the whole community's trash. Hence books calling all white people racist. Yeah. Books upon books and teachings in school. You're born racist if you're white. But if you're a brown and you do something racist, oh my God, that is crazy. Never heard of such a thing. Yeah. So, yeah. I do like this. This is one that I read and I had to make sure it was in my line here. The FSU shooter was white. I don't want to fundraise for him. I don't want to make t-shirts with his photo. I want him to have a fair and speedy trial where he's sentenced to capital punishment after being found guilty, if guilty. Do you see the difference? Yes. Yes. Oh, man. Let's see here. But yeah, there's not a lot more on that. That is one thing this does hit on. There's those dumb shirts. Is these dumb shirts. And I don't know if the Anthony family has anything to do with anything. This is a rapper who was out selling them a while back. I'm gonna say the Anthony family has zero to do with it. 100%. I'm gonna say 100% zero chance they have anything to do with it. What I'm gonna say is, what type of community do we have in the black community right now where you will do this? Like that other post said, we're not looking to go post shirts for the white guy in FSU or anything else. Nobody's out there idolizing him or saying, well, making excuses. None of that. Let's go to trial. If he did it, get him. Nobody's making shirts. Free him. Even Rittenhouse. I don't remember. There might have been, but I don't remember a lot of Rittenhouse shirts going on out there. It's just there's a different standard in the communities, and I don't like it. I don't understand this. Why is it every time without trial, we don't even wait, we just automatically, if it's certain skin tonage, we're out there, free them? I don't know. All right, so now we're going to move on. I just wanted to get off of some of this. We're going to go on to a little more funny stuff, I believe. Oops, I didn't need that. That's my Rumble. I don't want that up even. Here we go. It's not playing. It's playing on my other screen. All right, let's move on a little bit. I like this. Jim Jordan introduces a new bill that requires American-born citizenship for both the presidency and Congress. This move aims to ensure that our leaders have deep ties to this country and its values. Do you support? I'm yes, 100%. Especially since they pictured this person for a reason. She's out there on video telling people, Somali immigrants in Minnesota, she's there to work for Somalia. She says, not America, I'm here to work for Somalia. Then fuck you, get out of our Congress. You should be nowhere near our government. Besides the fact that she should be arrested because it's been proven 100% she married her brother to mess with immigration law. And you, average Joe on the street, breaks those federal laws, we'd be arrested. Especially with our skin tonage. Living white in America. So yeah, I'm all for it. You should have to be a native-born American to be, I'd almost say, anywhere in our government. You are, especially since this woman here is openly espousing, she has at the best split loyalty. At the best, if outright not, she gives a shit about America. She's there to disrupt, cause problems, and just steal for Somalia or Somalis up there. Minnesota, by the way, talking such a great state, there's places in the Twin Cities, I believe, where you cannot go. And you don't want to go as a police officer. So, this is the guy, this is the Maryland senator who went down to El Salvador to meet El Brego Garcia. They're asking here, do you support impeaching? Yes, I actually support jailing him. This man broke laws. There are laws in place. The Logan Act is in place because you can't have everybody running around. There are certain people under the president and our Congress and everything who are listed to represent our country in certain situations. The president and his cabinet are the main ones. This guy was given no right to represent us. The president and his administration have given our policy as America at the moment. He went down there suborning that. He was demanding that Bukele release that jackass. No, that is breaking law. You not only should be impeached, you should be jailed. You cannot have 500 people or 200 plus people in Congress running around going to other countries telling the opposite of what our actual stance is and demanding world leaders or that they be allowed to be in conferences and negotiations, and they'll all negotiate instead. Hell with what the president says. That is illegal. And funny thing is, there are women in his state who are bitching how this asshole is not bitching, you know what I mean? They're mad because this asshole never came, sideways in their own state to say something to them, to talk about the illegal aliens who've ended their family members or attacked them. But he can fly down there to help an MS-13 gang member, proven MS-13 gang member. One court found him, yes, MS-13. Another one, an appeals court, yes, he's MS-13. They only didn't send him back because he might get ended by a rival gang in El Salvador. One, not our problem. Two, fucking bad, don't be part of a gang. Also, hey, guess what? Those gangs are gone down there. That hold was only until it was safe there. It's safe. Too bad. Ain't bad to do it. He's safe in jail. Not our problem. Not our problem at all. But this asshole couldn't take time for his constituents, for American citizens, but he has a shitload of time to fly down to El Salvador to meet with an MS-13 gang member. He's not a Maryland dad. He's a citizen of El Salvador. And I'm just tired of this shit. We're going to alternate here. I'm going to try to be a little more upbeat here during the afternoon at times. Clown World. Does a 10-minute ride make someone an astronaut now? Astronaut pop singer Katy Perry says her 10-minute space ride is uniting the whole world country. No, it isn't, because they think you're an idiot. They all see that you rich femmes were up there just paying money to go do something we ain't gonna do. Also, you never hit space. If I remember it right, you are very low orbit, not what they really consider space. You're on the edge of it. You didn't even hit space. Hence the reason your pod looked pristine. Because to come back through into the atmosphere from actual space, you get that heating. You never got that. Also, to an astronaut's a trained person doing a job. Punching buttons, flying a ship, operating an arm, doing experiments in space, stuck on space stations for 3 or 4 months. Not, oh boy, I hit the edge, almost space, and then moved back down in a capsule with no buttons, levers, or controls. She just sat there and went, wee! So you are not an astronaut, and it belittles all astronauts calling you that. So no, she's not uniting the whole country. There are people, I know at Timcast last night they were talking where some of the guests were, I think it's great. I don't have a, oh crap, it's horrible stance. I don't think it's great. These ladies got to do that. Sometimes they're all like, fem power. You didn't do nothing. You sat down while men operated a rocket. The men, they were flying you. So, okay. But it's not uniting any of us. All right. Let's move on to oh God. Here we go. Let's back up.
Hi, I am Reverend Lazarus Justice Jameson, and I am proud to be the co-founder of Profane Holiness Community Care. My pronouns are they, them. I am a trans masculine dyke.
Okay. Maybe I'm out of touch. That's a new one on me. I mean, okay, how many more words are we going to keep stringing together for this bullshit? And I'm sorry, the more words you have to string together to say what you are, the more it's just crap. It is. It's just justification of a mental problem, or I'm going to make it work. The world will adjust to me. Nope. I want to do this, but that's not reality. Well, I'm going to bend the reality. I am Neo. I will bend the spoon. Reality must hit what I think. So, trans-masculine dyke? A dyke is a lesbian. That is stupid. You can't know. It's just trans and dyke. No. Just say you're not a very pretty dyke. I'm a manly looking dyke, which a lot of them are. We used to have a term for them called diesels. The ones who wore the plaid shirts and the ball caps and looked like truckers. Yeah, the diesels. Then there were the feminine ones. I'm sorry, you are not a trans masculine dyke. I am a trans refugee. Oh, for the love of Christ. If you got to add this much words and do this much mental gymnastics, then it's not real. If you can just say I'm gay, I'm straight, I'm male, I'm female. That's not hard, folks. And the very pretentious shit that lesbians need to, oh, I can't be gay. I'm not gay. I'm a lesbian. You're gay. When I was young, that's all it was. Gay people were gay people. I still know some gay people that don't differentiate. They go, yeah, I'm gay. They don't even like the word lesbian. And because some of them are, they go, well, it's just gay. Why are we splitting ourselves off? We're gay. But this is some justification. By the way, not surprised, Portland, Oregon.
Here in Portland, Oregon, but I am from St. Louis, Missouri. I am a trans refugee. I come to this work because I did organizing, political organizing, and religious organizing with trans, queer, and otherwise marginalized folks.
Once again, 2 + 2 = 5 to these people. Trans, queer. If you're trans, queer, okay, help me here. I'm a guy. I'm going to be transitioning to a woman. Okay, woman. But now I'm queer and I like women. No, just go after women. Trans, queer. It doesn't work.
In St. Louis for half a decade, and now I am excited to be doing that again here in Portland. It seems like here in Portland that there is this
nose ring
for spiritual care. For marginalized folks, trans people deserve ritual. Like kinky folks deserve spiritual care, right? Leather, poly folks, sex workers, like everybody else left behind, deserves community, right? We do. We deserve community where we can be together.
You deserve to be in a community, all right. So community involves rooms with little windows in the doors and pads all over. And once again, I say this as somebody who actually has a circle. In my circle, I have 2 friends I consider, that these are people I consider friends, that are trans. Yes. One, we don't discuss this stuff. They know my beliefs, I know theirs, but we can still maintain a friendship. There's some things we don't discuss. The other one, this person is fully against crazy stuff like this, says they just didn't feel right in their body, they've transitioned, they are what they are, they're open with everybody about it. They do not say that the trans people should be in girls' sports, all this other stuff. They're very level-headed about it. In fact, an actual Trump voter. But, yeah, so it's not a hatred thing. And even the person, I don't totally agree, the person knows who is more trite. Sorry, my dog sees something on the window. She's just going to bark at it, of course. I still don't agree with what they did. I think there's still a problem, and they know that. They say, I don't understand. I get it, but they're level-headed, and I give them that credit that they aren't trying to foist things on everybody else. So, yeah. I wish my dog would shut up.
Love one another and work on our spiritual life together. So that is the project of Profane Holiness.
Sorry. If that dog barks, she barks at people a half a block down. She can see them out one of the windows. She doesn't bark in our yard. The other two, if they start barking, then I worry.
Community care. And so please join us.
Yeah. No. This is, and I used the word earlier, knowing I was coming up to this. I knew it. I knew I was coming up to this. All right, let me flip over here. Okay, there we go. White liberal woman is demanding other whitest people to stop using the word, saying the word ghetto. I say it. It's not a race thing. I say it because it goes for people who talk in a certain way where they just destroy English and they talk all gangsta. Ghetto speech. Too bad. And if you dress ghetto, too bad you dress ghetto. But too darn bad.
Hey, white people. Let's not use this word anymore. Hey,
Really?
white people. Let's not use...
Now, the thing is, this feeds into what I was saying earlier, where they like to, Browns people, you don't know what it's like living black in America. And I'd always go, fuck you, you know what it's like living white in America. There are words in the English language white people are forbidden to use. Show me a word in the English language black people are forbidden to use. And don't give me this bullshit, well, slavery, 150 years ago. How does that have to do with anybody alive now? Especially when one of the words is spouted a million times a day by them very brown people for everything. How did they get to own a word forever? And they call white people that word. Yeah. They spout every word. They can drive by my house in a car with a 5,000 watt system yelling, I'm a badass in. Sorry, I'm on YouTube too, so yay. And if I was on Rumble, I would say the word. If I was just on Rumble. I am on Rumble, but not just. I would say it, because this is stupid. Now we're not supposed to say thug, we're not supposed to say ghetto. Where's those equal rights there, brown people? Brown people, oh, we don't have equal rights. Really? What law? Nothing. But wait a minute, we have speech in America that we can't say. And I'm not saying I want to go around yelling or playing music with, I'm a badass N-word, or sit down and shut up, you bitch. Yeah? I'm not saying I want to do that. But the very fact you are not free or equal if you are limited and have your freedom of speech taken away. Just saying. When you have a certain melanated type of people that can use any word in the English language they want, they can spout 20 different racial epithets. By the way, they can use the N-word on YouTube. Strange, because they were never, you know what? They can spout it like crazy. But it's a word, and that's not the only word. Like I said, ghetto, thug. There's others. There's like 5 or 6 words. Oh no, white people, you can't say none. Well, that's not equal or freedom of speech. So it's just stupid. Now she's drawing, you can't say ghetto. Fuck you, ghetto. Just stupid. We shouldn't be dancing around. It's okay. And this even goes with the N-word, which is so, I feel like such a child. Having to say the N-word. You know the N-word. Gotta watch your potty words. Just stupid. Having to say the N-word makes you feel like an infant. Jeez. Even the N-word is just, no, you don't own it. You use it for everything. You can call whiteys, chalk demons, or Casper, and all this other crap. Crackers, honkies, it's all there. YouTube probably get pissed at me about some of it. Kiss my ass. YouTube don't follow copyright law or fair use laws or anything anyway, so whatever. But yeah, this dummy. I'll tell you what, white women, middle-aged white women are the scourge right now of this country. They are. There's something wrong with them. My wife always says, do not put me in a category with these people. Oh, let's see here. laugh, but I'm gonna. Oh no. Oh, music. Don't want to do music. Music is bad. Oh, Lord loves a duck. Is that music still going? Yep. Okay, they're going to play Kiss throughout this. Rumble understands that's fair use as I'm commentating on this. YouTube may not. I've already been nailed, and YouTube does not follow fair use laws properly. My God. Okay, I got to ask, how do you breathe with that in your nose, and how do you get the snot out? Of course, that's why their voice sounds like this, because they put something in your nose, even partially, it changes the tone of your voice. Oh, Katy Perry. Oh, my God. There you go. Here's parents. Look at that. Parenting. Parenting. I bet this child will never go out and poke somebody over a disagreement. Dad cutting his son's locks off because he bullied another kid at school. That is called parenting. Wow, Dad, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Punishments, hells yes. Hells yes. If that had anything to do with it, or there's some reason, I'm sure he's doing, but he's parenting his kid. This kid will not grow up to be probably a problematic child. Dad's in the house. All right, let's see here. Let's go back. Like I said, I'm trying to jump around a little on purpose. Democrats just can't help themselves. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I agree with this. Laura Loomer. And I am a definite Trump supporter. As you can see, I got my Trump 2020 hat upstairs. I had to clean it. But I agree with Laura Loomer. Are we anyone ever going to jail? Are we going to be subject to more painful Fox News sound bites from Pam Bondi? She's talking. Always on there talking big, never doing anything. I am very disappointed. We are approaching 100 days of the new admin. Nobody's gone to jail. Where is the accountability? Not revenge. Accountability for crimes committed by bureaucrats. Yes. I am of the mind, I think Donald Trump hasn't gone far enough. I've said this before, but for anybody who hasn't ever seen me, I think Donald Trump's deportation numbers are abysmally small. I would, tell these judges to fuck off. These judges have zero right. You go look at the actual law. District judges cannot put blanket these injunctions. They're illegal under the Constitution. Besides the fact, these district court judges have no right to tell the president what to do on immigration and foreign policy or the military. Tell them to turn a military plane back. Fuck you. These are activists. I think every one of them should be impeached. I think Trump should arrest every one of them that does this. And I would say the same thing under Obama. If judges were illegally, unconstitutionally making rulings to stop Obama from doing what he wants when he was elected, then they should be arrested and impeached. I don't think Trump's doing enough. He needs to look at these judges and say, screw you. You did it. Enforce it. Come get me. Stop us. You got Boasberg says you got to start trying to, he actually says he is going to try to start maybe arresting Trump administration people for not following his illegal order. Dude, you do not want to go down this road. Trump needs to say, fuck you. Now, when it comes to people going to jail, 100%, we need to get going. We need to get going. You only have a certain amount of time. You need to get people arrested now, get trials, whatever. Show the people what these people have done before the midterms. Show them what Democrats have done. Prove it. Get the proof out there well before the midterms. And then when it comes to illegal immigration, Chicago, New York, San Francisco, LA, bunch of other cities. Where are the illegals? We know where they are. They're in boxes. Big, cool, fancy hotels. In our kids' schools, in veterans housing, on military bases. They're boxed up and ready to go. Surround all those hotels in New York You get on the PA in there and go, you would now have 30 minutes to appear at the front door in single file line. Take everything you can carry with you. You are going home. But if we have to come get you after 30 minutes, we will be coming around getting you. You will be leaving America with just the clothes on your back. Not even the wallet. You will take no American dollars out of this country. And you are not taking an illegal American ID with you. That's what I would do. I'm done with this shit. We are taking too long. Trump is being too nice. He's still trying to play the nice guy. They are going to hate him no matter what he does. They're going to attack him no matter what he does. It's time to just do your shit. Do what you were elected to do, Donald Trump. Hey, Bunny. Sorry, Bunny. I was over on Rumble chat. I was looking at Rumble. I'm always hopeful somebody will show up in Rumble, but Rumble's so goofy. I mean, it says there's 3 people there, but nobody's talking, so I don't know. How you doing, Bunny? But I think Trump is being too much of a wiener. I love the guy. Sorry, I love what he's done. But he was elected to get them out. Even our latest, what was it, CNN or MSNBC poll showed 56 to 58% of people, by their lefty polls, are for deporting all illegals, not just the criminals. Mass deportations, even now, get them out. They're saying, would you want to deport 13 million people? People are like, yes, 58+%. Depending on the poll, it's between 56, I think it's on MSNBC or CNN, and some of them are actually high as of 68%. And they were apoplectic. Their lefty poll showed it at 56, 58%, and they're going, shit. Yes, we want them out. And President Trump, Tom Homan, get off your ass. Send them out. I'm tired of having to talk about it. I am tired of it. I've been to some of these deportation protests. Flying their Mexican flag. Mexico's so great. Cool, you're going back to Mexico. Fuck you. No, I agree with Laura Loomer. Where's the accountability? I'm really hoping that Patel and Bongino are doing something behind the scenes. I still have hope for them, especially Bongino. I do not have much hope for Bondi. They're languishing. Also, Trump's administration needs to do something about the Second Amendment. Time to get rid of this patchwork of bullshit laws. Our Constitution guarantees it. Our founding fathers clearly said in writings that you can't have one without the other. They have to be, these are equal amendments. And I live in a state full of a bunch of illegal gun laws. They're trying to make them even worse. So yeah, my wife and I don't want to go in debt. We don't own a big house. It's a little house. It really is. We have a very tiny strip of property here. It's very little, not enough for our dogs to play on. We have to go up to walk over to one of the parks. But we own everything, and we don't want to go in debt, but we are looking to leave Illinois, go to Iowa, because I don't foresee this state getting any better. The only way I have is, well, besides the taxes, this state are effing nuts. Only recourse we can hope for is that the Trump administration tells the ATF, stop this crap, or they make actual rulings and executive orders telling that's it. All these illegal gun laws in Illinois, Colorado, and everything else are illegal. Second Amendment means what it says. Keep and bear arms. When you hear states say, we're going constitutional carry, you know what that means? It means they're following the Constitution. Any state that is not saying we have constitutional carry is not following the Constitution, and it is illegal. So yeah, yep. He's not perfect, but he needs to keep his word. Yes, and I hope somebody's telling him. I'm hoping they're telling him, dude, you are going to lose support if you do not get this shit done. You need to go after these Democrats. 1, just for the midterm, show the illegal shit they did. 2, you need to go after the illegal aliens. People want that even more than the economy. And by the way, the economy is not epic, but it has improved. I will give Trump a year on the economy before I start getting cranky. My eggs have dropped since Donald Trump became president. The eggs in my grocery store have dropped like $1.05. They're still too high, but they've dropped $1.05. They're still way too high, but they've dropped $1.05. But I notice my gas prices are going down. There's other things that have gone down. So, and now he's negotiating with his tariff stuff. That's going to be good for us. I think he's got a lot going on, but he's got to really pay attention to the immigration thing and these people who broke the laws. And that is that. He's got to. The immigration thing. If he doesn't get, before midterms, if he doesn't have, I'm going to say a big number here. I'm going to say if before those midterms, we all know, and I am tired of every pundit out there, left and right. The right-leaning pundits are falling for this. They keep reducing the number of illegals Joe Biden let in. The Biden official numbers are over 10 million. I've seen some right-leaning pundits just touting that official number or lower. Stop it. We know it's 20 or 30 million. My God. It is millions upon millions. I think if Trump doesn't have 500,000 to 1 million out before the midterms, he's fucked. That's when he will lose a lot of support. He must get them out. The whole everybody has to have a hearing thing is bullshit. Well, we have to have due process, really. How about this? Hey, and I'm going to say this to the Supreme Court. United States Supreme Court, fuck you. Trump should not follow this law, this order from them. Biden didn't. And I keep saying it. Biden broke the Supreme Court rulings twice. And Democrats were all for it. So now they're like, oh God, Trump might break the Supreme Court. Yep, he should. Supreme Court made a dumb ruling. We have to have due process for illegals. No, we do not. And how about this? We give them the same due process going out that Joe Biden gave them coming in. Joe Biden broke multiple federal laws, constitutional laws, and immigration federal laws to bring these people in. He illegally invited them in his campaign. What due process was there? They didn't vet these people. They released kids into child slavery. Bad type, too, in this country. Where was the due process? You don't hear a single Democrat talk about due process. Now, if Trump was getting rid of even this guy who is a proved MS-13 gang member, we got to have due process. That is their way of stopping this. That is their way of making sure that every illegal alien Joe Biden brought in is here for good. Because we can't have 13 to 20 million immigration, deportation court cases. It would take us 150, 200 years. It would never happen. Trump needs to say, F you, Supreme Court, enforce it. And then he needs to come out and do a major speech in Congress going, where was the Supreme Court on due process when Biden brought these people in? He broke laws and due process. So we are going to give the same due process on the way out. When people come in using due process, then we give them their due process here. You didn't follow it in, you don't follow it out. You come in illegally, you go right back out. Fuck you. I'm done with this. How do I feel about J.D. Vance? I think he is going to run, Bunny. So far, he's the only successor for the Trump administration. I think he's going to run. And it depends, honestly, how good he's going to do depends on what Trump does. If Trump doesn't get this stuff done, Vance is fucked. I'll say it. Trump must really step it up. He's got to be on Pam Bondi, not kissing her ass in conferences going, you're doing a great job. No. He's got to go back to the first 15, 20 days in his administration. That fire needs to happen again. He needs to move. He's running low on time. Because now he's 4 months in. He has maybe 1 year left or less. Maybe 8 months left to get shit done till campaigning for the midterms. He's got to start proving why should people vote for Republicans in the midterms. But J.D. Vance will do good if the Trump administration does good. Keeps her promises and gets shit done and fixed. If not, Vance is fucked. Do I think he'd be a good president? I think there's a good chance. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping he does, but I don't know if he's going to be able to if Trump doesn't get off. Sorry, Trump, get off your ass. You need to tell Tom Homan, move. Grab these people where they're at. There are neighborhoods, I've named it before. I'm sorry if they're going to get pissed at me. My opinion is this neighborhood, there's one of them in Moline called the Floreciente neighborhood, where everything, all the signs and everything, all the bodegas, everything is in Spanish. all the billboards and everything, State Farm and every other company and everything else. We all know that's where the illegal aliens are. They have a school there called the Esperanza. That's where they changed the name lately. There's a lot of this stuff where not a word of English is spoken. The police I know tell me you drive down there with a plate scanner, and most of the plates are expired, but they're told not to do anything about it. Half the plates don't even match the car. We know where these neighborhoods are, and I'm tired of the government acting like, well, we don't know where they're at. It's hard to find them. Go to the neighborhoods. How about any neighborhood where there's more than 5, little Mexican restaurants, grocery stores who tout that? So how about that? Just start there. It's funny how we can use profiling and everything against American citizens, but not non-citizens. So yeah. Exactly, Bunny. Easy pickings. Stop the hard work. Go for the easy ones. Get them out. Because what the Democrats are setting up right now with Abrego Garcia is that nobody should be deported. Nobody. Well, we might make a mistake. That's why they're trying to call him Maryland man. He is not. He's not a citizen. He's not from Maryland. He's here illegally. 2 different judges said he was MS-13. One stated because they were worried about a rival gang hurting him in El Salvador, which is not our problem. They're trying to set up that nobody should be deported. And Trump is falling for this shit. Get them out now. The American people, even by CNN's polls, are behind you. Get them out. Let the lefties screech and scream. I'm tired of it. I am tired. For anybody watching on Rumble, hello. I don't know if the chat doesn't work on Rumble. It's strange because I've only had one person ever say hi in the chat on Rumble. I've checked it. It seems to work, but I guess nobody wants to say anything to me on Rumble. So I stick onto the YouTube chat a lot. Nope, Trump needs to get off his ass, tell Pam Bondi to pull her thumb out of her ass. The Epstein thing is still a clusterfuck. I'm not sure we're ever going to get anything from Epstein anymore. If there was evidence, it's destroyed now. Because she fucked around. Kash Patel is losing my love. I know they may be doing stuff behind the scenes. But, wow, they made such a big deal by him going in like a bulldog, and I've seen nothing. Jan Bongino is so fresh. I'll give him time. And I really believe in Bongino more than any of them. But we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, I think Laura Loomer's right. Now, I had a little problem with this. This is kind of off the discussion a little. Well, I'm just wandering today. A year ago, this is Rashida Tlaib. Hundreds of brave students established an encampment on the Columbia University's campus to demand their school divest from Israel's genocide in Gaza. I'm tired of that word, genocide. If this is a genocide, it's the worst genocide in history. Israel hasn't been able to do in 50 years what Hitler's, God, you got to watch that word on YouTube, Hitler's did in a matter of a couple years. That was a genocide. This is not. This is just a war that I'm tired of. I am tired of the war in Israel, Gaza, whatever. It's stupid. It needs to stop. This war has only been going on because everybody gets involved. When everybody keeps stopping somebody or funding both sides, everybody needs to back the fuck off and let the Israel-Gaza thing end one way or another. I wouldn't even piss and moan as much if the Gaza people and Hamas won it, just so it stopped. 50 plus years. Do I wish Israel would be the winner? Yes. But I'm tired of the world being subjected to this, involved in it for 50, 60 plus years. Let it go. Get out of it. Everybody needs to back off. And also, she likes to forget about this encampment. She doesn't mention they illegally broke into the student union and took over a building and barricaded it. And they did attack some of the employees of the college. So, yeah. This woman, Ghislaine Maxwell, is losing her cookies. I wonder if she'll end up like her BF. I don't know. Bunny, I haven't heard anything about Ghislaine Maxwell for a while. All I know is the list was out there. They had the evidence from her, and it just disappeared. So I don't know if we're ever going to see anything. Too many strong people involved. This here is just funny. Oh, ho, ho. She complains she can't find a boyfriend.
No one's going to marry you, Hernam. Like, you have a beard. No one's going to date you, Hernam. You have a beard. No one's going to be your boyfriend, Haranam. You have a beard. You are not a preference to a lot of men. And then I'll get like really feminine men message me, but that's not who I'm attracted to. Haranam. I like really masculine men.
Well, that's not the way it works. Once again, they want to bend reality to match what they want. I'm sorry, that's not reality. Masculine men like feminine women. Masculine men don't go, I'm going to go look for a chick with a beard and go mustache better than mine. No. Masculine men do not do that. They go, what the hell are you even thinking? And a femboy, sure, because they're all emasculated, too much soy and other stuff, give them too much. You probably got more testosterone than they do. But they always want to bend reality to them. Well, no, but how dare a masculine man not want to date a woman with a better set of facial hair than them? And I'm going to say it right now. There is a rare case where actual women could grow this, but is this an actual biological woman, or is this a biological woman taking stuff to cause this?
I am very soft. I'm so different to what you see, like on TV. You know, on TV.
Thankfully.
I see you on TV.
I mean, but no. Generally, you'll see, oh, she's strong. She's, you know, what she's talking about is very powerful. Whatever people say. But then at home, I'm very quiet. You know, I'm very feminine. I'm very soft. People don't get to see that side of me. You know. But no, it has been different.
Feminine means shave the beard. Normal, feminine, biological women do not grow that much facial hair. If she's got a biological issue, I get it, but you shave it. If you are saying you are feminine, then get rid of it. There are treatments that can get rid of that for good. Why are you espousing growing it way out, then getting mad that a masculine man will not date you? That just makes no sense.
Where I wanted to be married and have kids, I would never be a single mom. That's not what I've ever wanted. No one's gonna.
Stop trying to bend reality to you. Maybe, and you can't have everything your way. If you want to be, we all make choices. If you want to be this way, you may not get the man you like. You may have to change you a little in some way to get the man you like. If you have a preference, well, guess what? So do they. I have a preference, but I shouldn't change me at all. But then how dare they not date me? Well, they have preferences too. And I'm sorry, I am not kissing somebody with a better set of facial hair than me. That is, people don't understand. To a masculine man, facial hair touching gives us the squirmies. It makes your spine do stuff. There's something innate where you're like, ah! I have friends, that's not the way my household worked. A friend who, his dad, he'd kiss his dad on the cheek, growing up. The day he stopped when his dad grew a beard. He's like, nope, not happening. Yep. All right, we did that one, Miss Ghetto. Oh, I hope she goes to jail. There's a lot of evidence showing that she did this stuff. I just can't wait to see the arrogance wiped off her face. She prosecuted, once again, Democrats, projection. She prosecuted Trump for doing what she was doing. She inflated her properties without the disclaimers Trump did telling the bank, hey, do your due diligence. She lied about residency. She listed her father as her husband. Like, ah! So, and then she's going, well, but I had a person that did this stuff for me that screwed up. Trump did too, and you said that was no excuse. So did Judge Engeron. So, nope, double F. She looks like a Jewish rabbi. Very nice. Okay. I already did her. Oh, okay. This is, what the absolute hell. Everybody's heard me know that I say I'm not a very religious person. I don't do the bow of the head prayers all the time. Will I sometimes go, dude, thank you? Hell yeah. I work on a neighbor's car the other day, and I'll tell you what, the pride I felt that I could help him out with his car, And then when I was done, I was like, you know what? This skill level, it's just the want to do something. Here's my health problem and torn up tendons and crap lungs and everything else. The skill to be able to do that. Dude, if that's from heaven, thank you for the skill, for that drive to do it. But I'm not super religious. I don't go to church and stuff. But I would never send a kid to a public school today. I would be sending my children to a Catholic school, another religious school, or a private school. And I would tell them, okay, you figure out the religion for yourself. My parents did that. My mom was Lutheran. My dad was a pure atheist. But they always let me figure it out. And I would do the same. But wow, this is crazy. Concerned parent confronts a teacher who insists on teaching children how to use butt plugs. These are the people teaching your kids. How is this reading, writing, and arithmetic? This is stupid. We are number 37th or 38th in the world. But they have time to teach this shit? And Teachers Union protects these people.
On
insane.
Plugs. And I said that I think that in high school groups where unfortunately we know that students are having sex and that I think that safe sex is always important, safe sex practices are always important, and that is a type of, that's queer sex, so that's not heteronormative sex, and then you called it disgusting. So you told me that the sex that my counterparts have is disgusting, and I don't see how that is not openly homophobic.
The reality is it's not openly homophobic because that means that you think...
So call queer sex disgusting?
That
You don't think that's homophobic?
That means that you think that only homosexual couples use butt plugs.
No, they have...
Yeah. So she's doing a fringe thing. This lady is teaching kids a fringe thing that even most gay couples don't do. Yes, I know it's high school, but do not. That is crazy. She's defending, well, teaching gay sex and homophobic. No, nice try. There are not a lot of gay people do that shit too. They're going, no. That's stupid. And why are you taking the time to keep teaching them too much about sex anyway? Let it to parents. I don't mind a week or two biological sex ed thing or a 1 week thing. I think it's what we had. Let the parents handle sexuality for their kids. Teach these kids how to do goddamn math. Get the 2 + 2 = 5 out of there. These dumb Common Core math. Get that friggin' out of school. Start playing the records that showed the times tables, all that stuff before. You get out there and teach. Then maybe, once we're I'll give you a couple. If we hit number 10 in the world, then maybe we'll find some time where you can ask about doing this shit. Until our kids can math and science and shit properly, bullshit. They shouldn't even be close to our schools. Dumb. Automatically, yes. That's why I included this here. Yes. Why are we giving... And here's why. We are in debt. We borrow money from China or other countries. We borrow, add to our debt, and then give that money to other countries. Tell those other countries go borrow money. Fuck that. No. I'm done. I'm done doing this with other countries. I am all for doing this. Oh, by the way, back up right here. What you want to do in your own bedroom, I don't care. There are kinky people. I get it. If you want to do this, fine. But this shouldn't be something we need to be teaching in school. I don't remember them teaching me straight sex in school. They gave us the biological facts of sex. That's it. Here's the workings. Here's the body parts. They didn't go showing people doing stuff, or here's a book on how to insert this, do this, none of that. Here's something on this sexual practice or this sexual practice. Zero. It was biology and a short thing about, hey, be careful and don't do stuff that gets you hurt, injured, or sick or pregnant or something. What the fuck? Actually teaching different sex acts. No. But I digress. Back to this. Yes, no foreign aid. I'm done. We should never borrow money, put it on the American debt to give to somebody else. That is stupid. That's like you in your house. Let's say your family has a debt of, you're $50,000 in debt in your house. You're already barely making the payments on that $50,000 debt. Well, your neighbor over here, his porch falls down. So you go and borrow money from the bank to give to your neighbor, not loan, give to your neighbor. And now, while he's got a new deck, you are now $65,000 in debt. That is stupid. Charity starts at home. Means you have to fix your own shit first. That's biblical. Charity starts at home. Man must have his own house in order to help somebody else. So when people go, that's not very biblical. Bullshit. Bullshit it is. Well, we had sex ed too, sophomore year, Bunny. But we didn't go into sex acts, straight or gay. We didn't go, here's how to insert this. Hey, if you like to do it this way, do it doggy. We didn't talk about any of that. There was no sex acts discussed, straight or gay. But she wants to show, hey, here's how to use butt plugs. And what if somebody does this wrong? Do they get to sue her or the school then for they tearing their rectal cavity? Stupid. There's dangers there. She's doing something stupid. I want you in jail. Mortgage fraud, mortgage fraud. 100%. She's using excuses Trump couldn't use, and hers are real. So, all right, here we go. Ha 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 ha. Why do all liberal white women look and act like this? Actually, you're wrong, cat turd. A lot of them have she doesn't have the prerequisite colored hair. She doesn't have the nose ring marking. I think we should mark all. I think it should be a marking. Mark of the beast. All liberal white women should have click nose ring inserted. Government nose ring. Little tracker maybe even. Oh, Lord.
And fuck your Bible.
Oh, there we go.
Fuck you and fuck your Bible. I don't believe in what you believe. I believe in what I believe. I happen to believe in the universe. I happen to believe in taking care of people. I happen to believe in taking care of animals. Unlike the president and his sons who shoot every fucking thing that's moving, I do not do that. I care for things. I adopt animals. I send money to rescues that take care of animals. You know...
Hey, guess what? So do I, so...
I have more religion in my fucking pinky fingernail that's about to drop off than any of you Bible-thumping bastards out there, and I don't even believe in your bullshit. I have more fucking religion. You know what? You know who's not out there abusing children? Do you know who's not out there abusing children? White women.
Actually, now that she brings this up, one of the biggest groups out there that abuse children in families is white women. Yes. Oh, look those stats up. It's not the men so much. It's the white women, the mothers. The mothers are the ones that get Munchausen's by proxy, which is what I think some of this stuff with the transitioning young children is. I believe, personally, it's an opinion, that is Munchausen's. Yeah, so she's wrong. A lot of mothers do abuse their kids.
Black women, Hispanic women. You know who's really not out there abusing children? Every fucking body else that's not a fucking Bible belt. They're beating bastard bullshit, Jesus-loving bullshit bastard motherfucker. That's who's not abusing children. It's the preachers and the, oh, I love Jesus. Everything's done in the name of fucking Jesus.
Now, I can throw some shade at the Catholic Church. They've done some scurvy crap hiding some of this stuff. And I will throw all levels of shade at them for that. But it's not all the time. And I'm sorry, there is just as much so-called non-religious people doing it, if not more. I mean, you think a lot of the... the whole... Women never do this stuff thing.
I'm sorry. If you're up there, Jesus, if you're really fucking there, it's time you fucking came here. Because people have lost their fucking minds. This is bullshit. Fuck this prayer meeting in the government. The United States is separation of church and states. That's it.
Actually, that's kind of a fallacy. All it says is the government shall not make a state religion, an official religion. It doesn't say we can't have prayer in Congress and schools at the start of meetings, a prayer meeting. We can't have that. It just says the government of the United States shall make no official religion of the country or our government. And I understand why. Hell, Christians can't even agree on what the Bible says. They argue all the time. They have different denominations. I'm sorry, that's why I'll crap on churches. Does the Bible say this or doesn't it? They can look at a word, at a sentence that says, this Jesus said the sky was blue. And others will go, well, yeah, because he meant it was red. It's like, what the fuck? They cannot, I know it's extreme, but they can't even agree on that book. So yes, even our forefathers knew you can't make an official religion because not everybody's going to agree, even in Christianity. But it does not say you can't pray in government stuff. It just says the government cannot make an official religion.
In my fucking Constitution, I have that right as a citizen, so fuck all you motherfuckers.
Except you don't know your own Constitution, dummy. She spouts this crap. And I've tried telling other people this. Well, it's just because you're religious. No, I'm really not that very, very religious, folks. Just simple fact is, it just means you can't make a state religion. It doesn't mean you can't pray or have it under money. It's not stated as a state religion where you have to follow the religious tenets. That's what our forefathers, they go, okay, a state religion means you have to follow just, they came from areas where like the Queen or the Church of England, you had to follow that or else. And they said, well, no, that's not right. They didn't even like that church because a lot of them didn't agree with that church. That's why they came here. So they weren't going to make everybody else do stuff like that. She has a wrong foundation or a bad spray tan. Maybe a little bit of both. Oh, let's see here, this jackass. Senator Chris Van Hollen. Logan Act violation, 100%. This guy should be arrested for the Logan Act when he comes home. Automatically arrested. I said my main goal is to meet with Kilmar. Tonight I had that chance. I have called his wife, Jennifer, to pass along his message of love. The wife who went to court against him twice for restraining orders because he was thumping her. But now she's like, he's such a great husband. Yeah, because MS-13 probably came out and said, you're going to say nice things or else. And or she's getting money because all the lefties are giving money now. So she's raking it in. She's going to, yes, he's such a great guy. He's sweet, he's amazing. Best husband ever, as the cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. If she says he's a real dickhead who thumped on her and stuff, that money going to slow down or dry up. So vested interest either way, interest in maybe not being MS-13'd or vested interest in keeping the money flowing. Yeah, a lot of the lefties don't even realize she went to court twice. He was thumping on her. So, Yeah, I like how he's got time to go meet with this wife thumper who is a gang member down in El Salvador but can't meet with families of illegal aliens impacted with, assault of many types or deaths in his own state. Asshole gives a shit less. This is the Democrat Party. They give a rat's ass about American citizens and their actual constituents, but boy oh boy, they will walk on, hot coals barefoot for an illegal alien. Because the Democrats know this is their power. If Trump is allowed to get them out of here, they are going to lose insane power in the next census. The next census, holy crap, the census already admitted, which I don't know how we don't just correct this automatically. In this last election, Democrats had way too many electoral votes. It should have been a major landslide. But the census screwed up in numbers, and they admitted it. You can go look this up. They come out and admitted it. That a bunch of Democrat states actually ended up with the population numbers wrong, and they were given extra electoral college votes. That means extra representatives and extra votes in the presidential election. They shouldn't have had. And they've admitted this. Dude, that is a crap election. We're lucky Trump won by one. It should have been a landslide. Bigger than it was. But instead of just going, okay, so we're reversing it automatically. You know how much you fucked up, census, so then reverse it automatically. Now, done. But no, we're going to wait till the 2030 census. Tell me again, the deep state isn't part of our government. If that was a Republican states, it'd have been reversed now. But since it's Democrat states, they're going to wait till the 2030 census, and they were hoping to count these people. So when they add to the fraud, they'd be able to make up for the fraud they're about to lose and add to it. Yeah, but now in 2030, if Trump gets these people out, Democrats are going to lose insane. They're going to lose the bullshit census count people and numbers and extra electoral votes. Then they're going to lose the illegals if Trump gets off his ass and gets them out. It will decimate their power in this country. Legally, because they're breaking laws now. I do not know why Trump doesn't just do an executive order ordering the census. Since you know you fucked up here, and here by this much, that's it. reverse it there. Any representative higher that's been elected because of that fraud, done. And the electoral vote's done. And actually update the electoral college vote from the 2020 election. Watch that shit. Yeah. So that should be done now. Hey, Paul, how you doing, buddy? How are you doing? Feeling okay? So yeah, this guy needs to be... A lot of people don't know the Logan Act. The Logan Act is there for a reason, because when an administration, a president, his candidate, his authorized representatives of the country talk about United States positions on stuff, you can't have 200 plus people from the opposite side of the other political party going around saying the opposite. This guy was demanding Bukele release this dude. Fuck you. You got no stance. You are not there to represent America. This is a senator. Unless Trump says he is representing America. He's supposed to be representing the people of Maryland in the United States Senate. He does not have any authorization or right. In fact, constitutionally, he's illegal doing this. Fuck you. Get back in the Senate. What is he doing in the Senate while he's off in, off there in, forgot the name. Oh, come on. Sounds El Salvador, right? Yeah, El Salvador. What the hell is he doing? And I'm sure that was taxpayer money. Jeez, that's insane. Providing material aid to a terrorist illegal, 100%. So do not let me tell you Maryland man was wrongfully. No. The only wrongful on his deportation is, at the very least, maybe he should have been sent to El Salvador. He should have been sent to any other country, because the deportation order or stay only said he couldn't go to El Salvador because they're worried the rival gang would off him. Thing is, as Bukele said, the rival gang is gone. He's made that country the safest in our whole area, this whole half of the planet, from the most dangerous. That gang is gone. The danger this guy has done, that's why Trump's sending him to El Salvador. That's the only mistake. The stay was only he couldn't be sent to El Salvador because of the danger. The danger's gone. There is no problem here. How you doing down there, steady boy? Feeling better or feeling okay? Yeah, Bunny, me too. I'm tired of it. It's just stupid. The census thing, we need to correct it now, not wait for 2030. The screw-ups that's already there should be fixed instantly, since they know what the numbers are that they screwed up on. And then Trump needs to get the illegals out. But this here, I haven't seen other Democrats, senators, and representatives all saying they're going to fly down anymore. They were all, let's go. Then suddenly when he flew down there, people going, hey, Logan Act, he's doing something illegal. They went, oh shit. I want him prosecuted. They tried to get Trump with a Logan Act for something small at his golf course. This is way big. This is clear as a bell. Here's the images. He ain't allowed to represent the United States of America. He's allowed to represent the people of Maryland in the U.S. Senate. Now, if Donald Trump had called him to the White House, he'd met with the cabinet and they said, okay, we are going to appoint you. There's documents, there's work there. Appoint you as a representative in this situation of the United States. Here's our stance. You are there to go to talk about that. They didn't. He's actually going against what the actual administration and the policy of America is. So yeah. Yeah, there's where they're talking about interesting news on Abrego Garcia. Apparently his wife asked for a restraining order against him in 2021. I believe there was 2 of those. And now she's all over the media asking for him to come back. He's great. Like I said, she has 2 possible reasons for that. She said he was a wife thumper twice, but now he's amazing. Why? Because the money is flowing in from the lefties. And or MS-13 said, shut your mouth, lady. So yeah. Feeling okay, weather a bit better. Our weather is gorgeous today. It's not going to be near as nice tomorrow. That's why I want to do a stream now. Then I got to get outside and get some stuff done. And then after that, I don't know if I'll do another stream tonight. I do not know. And as I keep saying to those 4 people it shows on Rumble, say hi or something. Let me know the chat works. Or send me an email at lyonsdenws6@gmail.com and let me know if the chat's not working. I tried it one day myself and it seems to be working, but I guess people on Rumble just don't like to talk. Weird. You know, my views on Rumble actually, after my streams, not during the live, but after, are doing much better than on YouTube, which for my tiny channel, and as little as I do, is pretty good. All right, what else do we have here? Oh, I'm done with the Karmelo Anthony stuff. I really am. Okay. Did I bookmark anything else more fun? Let's see here. We are probably about to get out of here. Oh, bookmarks. There it is, back. Nope. These aren't my bookmarks. I thought I had some more stuff in here. Hang on. Doing. No, that is my bookmarks. We already did her. Teaching kids about butt plugs. Hey, study boy. I know you're a preschool teacher, but do teachers in your junior high or high schools teach kids how to use butt plugs for gay sex? Just asking. Because this teacher here is mad that she's not allowed to do that. We had like Bunny. Bunny's, not to be mean, Bunny. You're a little older than me, I believe. But Bunny and I went to school. My wife went to school. She's a little younger than me. So we got maybe 3 generations there of people in schools who all had maybe a week of sex ed. And it was just biology, how to avoid pregnancy, how to avoid illness. It wasn't teach you positions and how to doink and how to insert, how to type of lube, all this other crap. It didn't teach you sex acts. This woman's mad she can't teach a gay sex act that not even all gay people do. Study boy, good. See? Study boys in New Zealand, they ain't doing it. This is the craziest going on in our country. She's mad she can't teach sophomores how to use butt plugs. Goofy. Yeah, you're mad at my homophobic sex stuff. You don't like... No. We're not teaching straight sex either. They need to stop calling it sex ed. They need to call it reproductive education. Actually, I think my high school did. I think Rockridge High School called it reproductive education, but all the kids called it sex ed. So, yeah. I think we've done about everything there, so let's back up. See if there's anything funny on home. That's me there. I'm going to refresh. See if there's anything good going on. Talked about the FSU kid a little bit. I don't know much about it yet, but it looks like he's... I don't know if that one picture's right. He's not really a Trump supporter. Robert Reich. Dude, I'm telling you, the guy has the right last name. Jeez. He is a two-faced prickosaurus. He is a rich guy. Half the stuff he spouts, I'm like, I keep telling him, dude, if you're mad about taxes, go pay more. Feel free to pay more. Pete, pay more. Trump is pushing tax cuts for the rich. No, he's pushing tax cuts for everyone. The rich, see, that's, Democrats will tell you half-truths. Half-truths. Yes, the rich may get some tax cuts, but it's across the board, just like in his first administration. They leave out the everybody and just say, well, the rich are getting tax cuts. They don't go, well, yeah, so are you. Uncle Bob down the street, Jenny over here, everybody's getting tax cuts. They say, the rich. That's Democrats. They lie. Jasmine, you consider Jasmine Crockett a racist? Well, that's a dumb answer. Of course she is. All right, this is my problem with Pam Bondi. She says a lot of things, a lot of big things, but nothing seems to get done. The Epstein thing is proof of that also. She never seems to do anything. She goes out and spouts all the time, but doesn't seem to do any of it. Adam Schiff must be arrested. Then do it. There's evidence everywhere that he lied. He lied everywhere. There's news where he lied on the news saying, I've seen evidence Trump did this. But under oath, he says the exact opposite. He lied. We have tons of evidence. So instead of saying it, then arrest his ass. This is what pisses me off about Pam Bondi. And I'm getting there with Cash. Bongino, I got a feeling, I'm hoping it's going to be the one non-letdown out of those 3. Cash may come back, but her, I don't know. Creating a shadow government against President Trump is a serious crime and should be considered treason. Do you agree? Yes, but then do something. Stop talking. I am no expert. How hard can it be anyway? Paul. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what education she needs and what she's showing there. Oh, hang on. I can't talk right now. I have to call him back. I don't know if my Brave Star theme will get me hit or not, but my brother's calling. So I'm about done here anyway, but... And this goes right along with it. If you want Kash Patel to prosecute every corrupt Democrat... I want anybody corrupt. Sure, let's start with Democrats, because for the last 4 to 8 to 10 years, they've made our lives hell. This absolute witch hunt against Trump. Yes, let's go after Democrats first, but me personally, anybody corrupt. I don't give a shit which party. I don't care if you're no party. I want all of them gone. God, Paul, you're still me. I'm trying not to laugh about what you said, Paul. That was nice. I want them all gone. I want every one of them gone. If you're corrupt, gone. But yes, let's start with Democrats because you know what? Fuck you, Democrats. You've put this country through hell and still are. You are pushing for violence. You lied. You've cheated. You swindled. You tried to delete the president a couple times. This is stupid. You're pushing weird ideologies. You are splitting this country, screaming racism anywhere, sexism everywhere. Stop it. The party that sees race and sex everywhere is the racists and the sexists. Not the people who don't see it, who just go, hey dude, how's it going? I go to the gym all the time. Gym is a good microcosm. No guy is in there going, oh, look at that black dude lifting, whatever. No, guys will talk right, oh, dude, that's a cool shoulder workout. How the hell do you do that? Or a guy will walk up and go, hey, can you spot me? Don't give a rat's ass what they look like. Nobody does that. I mean, it's just stupid. But, oh boy, I've seen a few lefties there. They're wearing shirts like God, I can't really remember some of the transgender spouting stuff. In fact, this one guy there, biological man, beard, everything, dresses up in pink spandex, and he's definitely doing this and stuff. He's said a few things. They're off, really off, especially if I wore one of my hats. But everybody else, nobody cares. We're just here to do our shit. Have fun. Work out. So, yeah. But I want Kash to go after them all. George Takei. ICE is completely out of control. ICE agent smashes immigrant's car window while he waits for lawyer. You don't get to do that. If I'm an American citizen and I'm being arrested, I go, hey, officer, too bad. I'm going to roll my window up and I'm going to call a lawyer. You're just too bad. You can't arrest me. What do? Smash my fucking window and arrest me. If it's wrongful, I'm going to get his job. But if it's a a righteous arrest, you can't do that. American citizens can't do that, George. Oh my. You are wrong. George, you went nuts. You can't do that. An American citizen can't tell a cop, too bad you can't arrest me, I'm rolling my window up and I'll call a lawyer. No. If a citizen can't do it, guess what? Any illegal alien sure can't. I know, Tim Pool bristles at the illegal alien thing. This is stupid. Maine governor says young female athletes who don't want to play against biological men deciding to speak up is a diversionary tactic, not a real issue. So I'm not even going to play her. Just let that sink in. If you are a biological girl, speaking up saying you don't want to compete against biological men in your sport because you might actually like to have a chance of winning or a real competition, it's a tactic, a diversionary tactic. No, bitch. Even polls of your own state show the people do not want this. And they are willing to die on this hill. Democrats are willing to die on the hill of supporting gang members and illegal aliens. They're willing to die on the hill of supporting one bullshit war but not another. They are willing to die on the hill of this trans and sports stuff. And I am the one trans person I know that we talk about politics. They say that there should just be different sports categories for trans people. But then other trans people go, well, there's not enough of us. Well, too bad. Take time and build it up then. That's too bad. You do not get to beat on women or to remove stuff from women just because there aren't enough in your league right now. Too bad. But this person is all for a different league for them. And I like that. It's a good idea. I don't think anybody have a problem with that. Okay, we have the boys, the girls, and the trans. If we have to split the trans in two for their which way they've switched, I don't think anybody have a problem with it. They'd be going, okay, go for it. But no, they want to die on the hill of forcing this. This is one of the biggest things help Trump win. It shifted the numbers. Why are they willing to die on this hill? I don't get it. I do not understand it at all. If anybody understands why they are going to die on this hill, why they are just thinking this is the thing, this is it, I personally, my humble opinion, my lack of humble opinion, is they have groomed, to use the word, right? Groomed these lefty loons for 10 years. Trump is Hatlers, Trump is Mussolini's, Trump is Megamind, Trump is Hans Gruber. You name your bad guy, Trump is all of them. They've groomed them. They've groomed them that Trump hates this, Trump this, blah, 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 gonna bring slavery back, all this. They've groomed them to be nutcases. This is the Democrats' military branch. And now they've groomed them and they've lost control of a lot of their constituency. They need them. They need them for any upcoming violence they want. They need them because they can't get away from them, because if they turn on them now, then that rabid group will turn on the Democrats. They cannot go back on this because these people they'll lose these people and they'll turn on them. And they need them for any summer of love they're still planning. Just insane. Just make a separate sports category and nobody would care. Nobody would care. Honestly, I do not know a single person that would care. You got your own sports? Fine. Cool. Go for it. Done. Okay. Something ain't right. First picture of Tesla firebombing suspect Owen McIntyre has been revealed. What do you notice? Cat Turd says, here we go again. Yes, you know why? That doesn't look like an Owen. Let's just say. Especially since, Tara? I'm guessing we have another lefty who has been sold into this. Phew. And Gunther even asks it. Is that a biological he or a biological she? Whoops. That is messed up stuff. Not separation of church and state. It's not a state religion. Funny how they have no problem with Muslims praying in our government, though. And they do. I would back Pam Bondi doing anything. Sorry, I'm about done here, guys, but I like to go through and look, see if something new will have been on. But I'm going to say it again. I would back Pam Bondi just getting off her ass and doing something. Where's the Epstein files? Where's the JFK files? Where's RFK files? Senior files? Where's Martin Luther King files? Where's any of it? I do not trust Pammy. I do not. Okay, here's the lie. If Trump can disappear legal residents without due process, he wasn't a legal resident. He's talking about Abrego Garcia again. He wasn't a legal resident. He was a legal alien with a stay just not to be able to go back to El Salvador. That's it. Same to U.S. citizens. Either everyone's due process. No, illegal aliens have no due process under our law. Wow. Dude, if my wife is at home getting ready to have our kid and I have to get to her, you are going to get the F out of my way or else. Yep, you're dumb. You're an idiot. You are stupid. They don't care. The left is just losing it. By the way, anybody notice the science came out about 6 to 8 months ago showing that the global warming is bullshit? It actually shows the earth has cooled a little. But yeah. Sorry, this is pop culture, but that is not the Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer, besides, yes, Nerdrotic is right, that does not look good. The Silver Surfer in the old Fantastic Four movies was better. And Silver Surfer is Norrin Rad. If I said his name wrong, I'm sorry, but yeah, this is not it. They had a gender swap. Yep, it looks pretty bad. All right, like I said, we are about done here. I'm going to hop out. It's about 2 hours in, and that's where I kind of wanted to be. Jacob Crouch has died from his injuries. That's another one. If you reverse this, and I'll tell you what, we would have cities burning right now. Tell me I'm wrong. I dare you. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong if this wasn't reversed. That this guy took a hatchet to this guy's head and killed him in front of his wife, that we wouldn't have riots and burnings. That is insanity. Pure insanity. There's a difference, folks. Yep, I saw this one, I think. I'll just play this and then we'll be about done for the day. Oh, yeah, we saw this one. Okay. I played this a couple weeks ago. The wife's making the rounds again. Oh, no. Oh, no. Her citizenship in Scotland hasn't not been approved. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. I'm not going to play him. We all know what he did was illegal and he should be arrested. That's I'm going to piss on the Trump administration right at the end. Sorry, guys. I am not in a cult. I love Donald Trump. Probably the best president in my lifetime. But he is still trying to be too soft and play games. Still, we're too worried about what they're going to say about him. How they're going to hate him. They hate him anyway. They will never not hate him. He needs to take a stand. This man needs to be arrested. Arrested now. Logan Act. It is a real thing. He broke it. Arrest him. Trump needs to stop, to use a phrase, pussyfooting. He is pussyfooting. Get him now. Now this here, Shaniqua posting delusions. Why is this? I'm not going to call this mother a bitch. I'm not going to do that. But why is this woman acting as if it was her son who got ended? Yeah, that is my problem with when I... That's a better take than what I had on it. Because yes, man, it's not right. And I think we're done. I think we are done for now, folks. But let me go back here and boing. All right. But thanks for stopping in, guys. If anybody's watching this later, thank you very much. I know I'm a tiny channel in the middle of nowhere, swimming away, and I don't do 8 videos a day like Jeremy from Quartercast does, or the Quartering does, and stuff like that. I actually prefer live streams. I know that the algorithm is unfriendly to people who just do live streams. I can do videos, yes. Do I like it? Not as much. I like talking and doing this stuff. But I am going to get out of here, go outside while it's nice, and try to do some stuff. I may have to go out and cut my dad's grass since he is unable to even use a lawn tractor anymore. So I think I might end up doing that yet today. But I will talk to you guys later. Please like on your way out. Share the stream. Share the channel that anybody you think may enjoy listening to my rantings. I am not just here for an echo chamber. If you disagree, feel free to let me know. Feel free to come in and discuss. I don't mind. But I am going to get out of here, and I will talk to you later. And stay amused. But also, stay on Tom Homan and Pam Bondi. Not on my favorites list, guys. All right, talk to you later. Have a good one, Connie.